Anthony, hi. Thank you so much for taking the time to come and talk to me. I just wanted to give a bit of an overview to the people on this page as to kind of, I suppose the thing is that we see your business, we see you're making this money, and I've spoken to you, and you've verified it, and I've got to say it's impressive income, up to $7,000 in a month, and pretty much on autopilot. And you've also confided in me that you're only working 3 to 4 hours a week, which is unbelievable. How do you think someone coming into your course, how easy is it for them to follow what you're showing them and actually follow in your footsteps and maybe get to experience some of that success that you're experiencing?
Well, honestly, I think it's pretty easy because the way I put together the course was basically, I had myself in mind when I made it, right? I thought to myself, when I was new getting into the industry, what would I have liked to know and what were my, sticking points? And, I thought to myself, how can I make this as easy as possible for someone to come in with no knowledge and be able to replicate it, and that's why some of the videos in there, they may seem a little bit newbie to some people, but that's okay because the thing is, it has to be for everybody.
Absolutely. Yeah.
There's nothing left out, and there's no part of the course where someone's going to get stuck and say, what do I do now? It's all laid out, and it basically leaves nothing out. So I think as long as someone knows that they have to follow the course and they're willing to watch the videos and go through the course, anyone can replicate it.
Yeah, exactly. And the idea of kind of that some of the stuff might be a bit too newbie, I think it's perfect anyway, because at the end of the day we're all at different levels, and we've all got different understandings, and even if you've got experience, I think it's always good to be able to kind of track back a little bit and make sure that you're going exactly down the right path. I like to do things, if I was going to copy someone like you, I'd want to do it exactly how you've done it, for example, because I know that you've been successful. And that then works for me, that you take me right back to the beginning and then bring me forward step by step. So if someone has got no experience whatsoever in this business, and just for the sake of those that are listening now, the business model that you're following is it's an SEO strategy. Would I be right in saying that?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, so and what you're doing is you're kind of ranking. You get your Money Monster is a site, right? So you get a site and you rank it, but it's not like just, I wonder if I ranked this site for that if I'd earn money. You show us how to find out before we do any work at all whether or not something's going to work. Yeah.
It's true. And again, like when I first got started, I made I didn't know exactly how important picking different niches or different avenues would be. So I kind of banged my head against the wall personally. So
yeah.
I had that in mind when making the course, that some people just kind of brush by it, but it's crucial. It's so important, and that's why I went into as much detail as I did on it, because I feel like, it's one of the things that really people need to pay attention to, and it could be the difference between many thousands of dollars a month.
Absolutely. And I think it's really, really exciting for me to think that there's a way that you can kind of test the water, if you like, take a look at something and think, well, this seems like a good idea, but would it actually work? And to be able to get to that stage where, if you're going to put some work into this, and, there is a certain amount of work that we have to do in this business model, but I think that I'd say for anybody looking into this that, everything that we do, those of us who are successful online, I speak for myself and you as well, we do have to do some work. I mean, I know you show us how to outsource, and you've managed it very, very well and bringing it down, but we do have to do some work. So there's going to be some work that you've got to do. But before you do that work, if you're onto a winner, then how much better a position to be in than that?
Yeah, exactly.
So the other thing is, for those people that might be thinking, oh, wait a second, I can't be doing building websites and stuff like that. And, I don't know how to set up a website or get hosting or anything like that. Are you taking care of all of that for them?
Yeah, I do. I actually, going back to what we were talking about with the, maybe the videos were a little bit newbie. That's kind of the part that I meant of the, it goes through every kind of minute detail of, buying your website all the way from getting your hosting, recommending which host to use, and, pointing your name servers. So, I know that, so for the more advanced people or intermediate, that part might be a bit redundant, but again, when I was first starting, I remember watching different YouTube videos trying to, put the pieces of the puzzle together, and it's just so much easier to have everything under one roof and just put it there,
Yeah, that's right. And the thing about this is that your course is kind of like an all-encompassing piece of training that could be used for many different things around the same kind of idea. In other words, it doesn't have to be that we'd follow step by step what you did. If I was somebody that didn't like, for example, the idea of taking in weekly cash from local businesses, I don't know who wouldn't like to do that, but there are other ways as well, aren't there? There's affiliate networks that you can use your exact system to generate a completely passive, hands-off income.
Absolutely. And honestly, half of my business, even on the lead gen side of things, I do with, some of these affiliate networks, because of the fact that it's so easy to scale. Let's be honest, it's sometimes, whether you don't want to get on the phone and, pound down the doors to local businesses asking for more customers. It's just so easy you rank a site, with the training that's in the course, and you basically just match up your offer with an affiliate network, whether it's a pay-per-call network or whatever, and you match up your offer with theirs, and you just basically set your traffic, set the phone calls to go there, and it's hands off. You don't have to talk to any clients. You don't have to, no invoicing. You just, you collect the checks.
Yeah, and that has got to appeal to everybody, I think, hasn't it? It certainly appeals to me. And again, all of that's covered in the course.
Yeah, all of it. And I even make some recommendations as far as the best affiliate networks to deal with, some of the higher paying ones. And, again, all stuff that, if you know about it going into it, you can kind of position and develop the proper strategy going into it, so that, okay, I'm not someone that wants to deal with clients. So I'm going to send the calls and the traffic to the affiliate networks, and you can decide that from the beginning, because the truth of the matter is everybody knows themselves, right? And they know whether, it resonates with them to maybe call up local clients, or they'll know they'd want to go the affiliate network route,
Yeah, exactly. And maybe they might want to go down the kind of call up local clients route a bit later on, when they've started making some money, they've got a bit of confidence about what they're doing. But it's a wonderful thing to know that there are two different ways that they can go as far as that is concerned. But there's also, I think, a whole raft of different things that you can use your training for. But I think the best thing to do is to follow the training and then just kind of choose your way. But I guess you're using a mixture of all of that, and that's probably the way that I'm going to be going, is using a mixture, so that you've got multiple streams of income coming in. And this is like, 90% hands off once you've got it set up, that literally, like, you can just go out and live your life, right? And the money keeps coming in.
Yeah, exactly. It's that's why I'm so glad that I got into this particular model, because, I don't really know that many other businesses where you can just, you do the work once, you set up these little passive income streams for yourself. And, like you said, there is a little bit of work up front, anything that's worth having, there is, right?
Yeah.
But the simple fact is that once you do the work up front and you set these up, you get paid month after month, and, like we were talking about earlier, a lot of times I do make more money when I'm sleeping than when I'm up during the day. So that's something that I always wanted, I thought that was cool.
I think that once you start pulling money in online, and you're doing different things like sleeping, swimming, walking the dog, and money keeps coming in. It is a wonderful feeling. So let me just ask you a couple of questions just to kind of verify the whole thing. You really do this, right? This is what you do for your full-time income is what you're teaching in this course.
Yeah, exactly. And this is how I put food on the table, for my family. So this is.
And as far as you know, a job is concerned, how cool is what you do?
It's awesome.
I've got to be honest. I mean, I work my ass off, Anthony. I really do. I work so long hours, but I'm doing well. I know that, but I'm looking for ways that I can utilize my time more effectively so that I can scale my business up. And when I was presented with the opportunity to jump in on this with you and Paul, and I started looking at the course and I started looking at the content and straight away identified what it was, I was really, really pleased. Not only because I knew that it was going to be so popular with everybody that sees it, but because for me, it came at the right time, because this has always been part of my big kind of business model goal. And your training just makes it so much easier to follow step by step. Now, as you know, I've invested personally quite heavily in training in a similar niche, teaching the same kind of stuff. But whereas your course we're selling for, it kicks off at just over $10.95. I think I spent something like £1,000 sterling, so that's probably like getting off of $1,500 on the training that I took. And this is something that I've been hearing from other affiliates that have looked at this course as well, is that they know for a fact that this kind of stuff is usually not mid-ticket but high-ticket. I mean, you've taken some mentoring yourself, haven't you? You spent quite a bit of money yourself to get you to the stage where you know what you know now.
Yeah. It is, compared to what people are getting for it, it's definitely, I'm the same as you. I spent, I think upwards of $1,000 just on a course, different courses, and not even to mention the coaching and the mentoring that I got on the side, and, which, really boosted me up, and it really, gave me a leg up. But at the same time, I spent a good amount of money to get that, and so when I look at the price and, I see we're releasing it for the price that it is, it's very low, and,
it must be painful for you to see that. You're like, what? Are you kidding me, guys? $10.95 for all of it? Because I know when I first came into the industry, my first course, and I was like, please don't tell me I've got to sell it for that. It is a great course. There's a lot of content in there. We've talked about this. I think 10 modules, about 50 videos or something like that. Just before we wrap up, Anthony, what I'd like to do is just quickly talk about the OTOs that you've put together, so that the listeners and watchers have got a little bit of an idea of what they can expect to get. So OTO 1, that's the advanced training, right? It's like a course inside a course. It's a mini course that shows the advanced strategies and also taps into the affiliate promotions and launch jacking, that sort of stuff.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, what I did for the advanced course was I basically took a lot of the information, that I had paid a lot of money for, from consulting, and, I tried to pick out the best nuggets, and I thought to myself, all right, what can I share that would bring these guys to another level? I thought to myself, what are some of the best strategies, that they could implement that would shortcut it for them, and that people could leverage to get faster success, to, be able to do stuff that the competition just doesn't know about.
Yeah. This is like the sort of stuff that you really didn't want to have to release, but we twisted your arm and you're right in the end. All right, I'll tell them the really, really good stuff. So and it is. I've got to say, guys, it is fantastic. It is fantastic stuff that Anthony is teaching here. I personally am very excited about this, and I'm going to be spending probably quite a lot of time backwards and forwards with Anthony. Tapping him up for a little bit of advice. And of course, any one of my followers, any of you guys that are following along with me, if you've got any questions, you can always ask me, and I can help you through on this journey. The next thing that you've got there, the OTO 2, I think, is the Rolodex. It's the Royal Rolodex. And this is the sum of kind of 3 years worth of work and investment to find what works and what doesn't. And you're just almost giving that away, aren't you?
Yeah, and this is the one that was actually even a little bit more painful for me to give away.
I bet it was.
Because just some of the services and the people that I listed in that Rolodex, it took me quite a long time. Well, the whole time I've been doing this to finally, get that list of people together.
Yeah.
And I've wasted a ton of money dealing with, just testing different things out. I test like crazy. I have a separate budget every month where I just test new services and people, and what the buyers who purchase the OTO, what they're going to get is the finalized list of the people that I actually use in my business, the people that get stuff right the first time, that you don't have
priceless. It is priceless. And for those of us that either are not great at testing or haven't got the time to test or haven't got the knowledge, the experience to test, what a fantastic thing that you've done all that testing and then you say, there you go, they're the results. These are the people you need to speak to. And that the whole essence of this particular OTO, the Royal Rolodex, is that this is then it's like stepping back from the business, isn't it? So that you've got much more time for yourself. It then becomes a lifestyle where you can go and do what you like, and the money really is coming in while you're doing everything else but working.
Yeah. If it wasn't for that list, if it wasn't for the list of names and services on the Rolodex, I would be, working in my business, and every single day, and there's no doubt that I'd be working, 10 to 12 hour days. It wouldn't be a lifestyle business. It's the names and the outsourcers and the different things on that list that why I can, delegate everything that I have to do. And, basically like I told you that I'm spending, you really only need to spend about 3 to 4 hours once you get it up and running a week. And the reason why is because of that list, simple as that, really.
Yeah, amazing. The final OTO that we've provided is the license rights. That's always one of my favourites. Anyone that's on my list will tell you that I'm always banging on about that. And that's because it means that you've kind of got your own product, because you get 100% commission through the funnel and you're good to go. But what I love about this license rights in this particular one is that you can get into the product. You can start learning what you do. You can start building out your money monsters. And then while you're doing that, you can be selling the very products that taught you how to do it. So as people see you getting successful and see you achieving results, and they're saying, well, how do you do that? How are you achieving that? It's pretty impressive that you've done this and that. You can say, well, this is how I did it. And you're sending them through to buy Money Monster and keep all of the money throughout the whole funnel, which is, for as far as that, it's the closest thing to your own products that you can get. It means that you haven't got to do something like you've done, spend the last 3 years of hard work and sweat and investment finding out what works, and then the last 6 months putting that all into a course. You haven't got to do any of that because it's all done for you. You don't have to worry about the branding, the sales page, the sales videos, or anything else. It's all there, done for you. So that's another great little one. But just coming back to the beginning, the actual front end course for $10.95, which is going to go on to a dime sale, but it's never going to be anywhere near the price it should be. This is more like, I would say, a $497 course, even a $997 course, even compared to the other stuff that we've done, maybe a $1,499 course. The front end is incredible value and offers anybody that's watching this, in my personal opinion, my honest personal opinion, a genuine opportunity to start a real business by following someone like you, Anthony, who's actually done this, is in the trenches right now, and is pulling in a really impressive income. So just to finish off, is there anything that you'd like to say to anybody watching this, if they're sitting on the fence now and they're thinking, oh, yeah, sounds good, but I don't know if I want to spend $10.95. I know it's a complete no-brainer, but if they could possibly be on the fence after all of this, is there anything that you would say to tempt them into your world and encourage them to experience the kind of lifestyle that you're living?
I'd say, most of the time people value, what they spend money for, and good money, right? So for myself and you, Trevor, we've spent upwards of $1,000, $2,000, and just on courses, and then the coaching, and then the mentoring. Like we said, it just goes far and beyond that. So don't let the fact that this course is priced so low,
Yes.
deter you from seeing the real value in it. Because,
Yeah.
And just realize that when you're going through the course, that, this isn't another rehash course that you're going to find, that people are releasing day after day. This is an evergreen course. It's something that you're always going to be able to use to earn money. And it's the most passive income stream that I've found out about in my years online. And I kind of stepped into, I think I stepped in shit as far as learning about this industry. And I'm very glad that I did. If I just urge people, if you buy the course and really put the methods to use, you're going to reap the rewards as well. So
I totally agree. And I think that it's a kind of bizarre divine intervention. The planets aligning and me and you being put together, your course being put in front of me at this time in my life. Perfect timing. I'm so excited to get started with this myself, and I, as I say, I wholly recommend anybody that's watching this to do exactly the same. So, Anthony, thanks very much for your time. Really do appreciate it. I know you're busy because you probably used up your 3 or 4 hours of the week. So I'll let you get back to what is it? Going down the gym, going for a swim, maybe walk on the beach.
Yeah, I'm going out to catch a movie this afternoon.
There you go. How many of us can do that in the middle of the day? So once again, Anthony, thanks very much for your time. And guys, I thoroughly recommend that you jump on this as soon as you can and grab it. It is incredible value for money. But more than that, you need to look at this as if you have invested like $1,000, because you need the mindset that this really is, it probably would be better for you if it did cost you $1,000, because then you'd appreciate that, you'd make sure you got into it and you used it. I'm telling you, buy it for $10.95, or if it goes up to 11 or 12 or whatever it goes up to, get it for that. Consider in your mind that you've paid $1,000 and get on it and work on it, because it is absolutely fantastic. Anthony, thanks very much. I'll speak to you soon, buddy.
Thanks, Trevor.